Got you some jumper cables since you like to start shit. Hello, how are you? Got you some jumper cables since you like to start shit. Who are you? Is you a peeping Tom? Is you a peeping Tom? Is you a peeping Tom? Yo, John Tracy, loud and proud. Good to see you, bro. Good to see you. Welcome to somewhere near benedorm. We're getting closer to getting our fish and chips, bud. We're getting closer. Broke fishing. What's happening, brother? Lee Carrick. Yo, what's happening, bro? What you saying? I'll give you the link. Okay. Normally I'd be saying things like, fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. But for you, Lee Garrick, I'll say, okay, okay. Buenas tardes. Sí, dormido, sí. De andar mucho tiempo de día y noches, estoy cansado. I'll do as I'm told. Happy days. I likes it when the orders are put in. Uh, get to see a bit of a performance on request. Here he is, the pink Batman. Da 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 da. We say
Good evening, sir.
Good evening to you, good
How
sir.
are
What's
you?
happened?
Are you good? Good night.
I believe so. I believe I'm good.
Yeah,
What's with you?
nice. What's going on?
No,
Yeah, just got home from work. Just gonna have a brew, some dinner.
you're staring at me, talking about work. I mean, like, yeah, that is,
No,
yeah,
I'm not gonna
that
start talking about work, mate.
okay. That's, uh, so what's the story? You've taken over the Pink Batman title, then, eh?
Yeah. Oh no, it's just I created a YouTube. Well, I had to create a Google account for my TV just so I could watch YouTube on there. So I just changed the name of it to Pink Batman. So it's kind of a thing now.
Yeah, good, good. Yeah, the person names, like, yeah, they can be a little bit, for other people. Yeah, to cause upsets. So aliens, yeah, fancy titles. I recommend
Yeah.
for sure.
Well, we've got. I've been talking with Jeno and Mimi and a lad called Vic, who's usually on Geno's stream, and they've been doing some AI Pink Batman stuff. It's quite funny.
Yeah, yeah, I've been watching that for the last couple of months. Yeah, see the Batman really lifting up. Yeah, people getting involved, like you said, Gino and Mimi. Yeah, I think I know who this week. I'm not sure 100%, but I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Uh,
a good guy as well. I like Jeno. He does good live streams, doesn't he?
Very
So,
interesting, like the AI music, the involved, like yeah, I like that very much. And then the sense of shit, like yeah, I like that. And plus, like he's one of these veterans on the social platform. For me, yeah, yeah. Uh, I like what he does.
yeah,
Yeah,
he has the voice for it though, doesn't he? He's got like the voice for radio, so he sits very well with his streams.
yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. Yeah, yeah. Very audible voice. Very, very.
Yeah. So, what's the story with you then, Steve? Whereabouts are you now? Are you still in Barcelona or?
Well, I'm near Ben. Yeah, I'm near Benidorm. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah, not far. I think it's very far away from Benidorm. So over the next few days, I'll be arriving to Benidorm.
That's cool.
I want fish and chips. The only reason I'm going there is for fish and chips.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man.
I
I
want
didn't
fish
know
and
that
chips.
was a thing out there.
Benidorm and these expat places, yeah, like they are designed to entertain people that want to bring home to a foreign place. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
we're
Quite English then, isn't it, Benidorm?
very, very English, very Scottish, Liverpoolian, from my experience. Last time I was there,
It's like
nearly.
Ibiza. You go to West End in Ibiza, so you literally go to Ibiza on holiday, and you still end up going to Flares. You go to an English bar, an Irish bar, a Welsh bar, and it's like you could go to them round corner from your house.
It's something that I've been experiencing. So it's so easy to go to those sort of environments, yeah. But I've always chose Spanish places. It's like like I was at a Spanish place morning coffee, 6 o'clock in the morning. Do you get me? Yeah. And then yeah, this evening or no, lunchtime, I went round to another coffee place. Yeah. But yesterday I was surrounded by Scousers. Yeah.
Yeah,
Napoleons in the village. Yeah. That was a weird one, Lee. Yeah. I was walking past, I heard the accent. I involved in a random conversation just because it was something I was quite I don't know, bad comment. So I commented. Then the asked for coffee, nice price. So yeah, I'll have coffee then. And then flipping out, man, the day just turned into like I just spent the whole day there. I arrived there about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning. Didn't leave there until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Absolutely
cool.
brilliant. Yeah, what is your? Yeah. Hello, Brown boy. Welcome in, Brown's boy. Now I recognize that title, but I'm not sure. Uh,
Let me check chat 1 second. Browns boy. No, I don't recognise that. Or the picture. Oh, Spoke Fishing's here. Nice to see you, mate. Sorry,
yeah,
I didn't
broke
see your
fishing.
message.
Yeah, Pips and the league Alex is in there. John Tracy, he's here.
Oh,
Yeah.
John Tracy. I haven't seen him for a while either.
I I haven't been tuning into anybody's. I haven't checked anybody's channel. I was on I was with Tom 20 yesterday. Yeah, but flat battery, not been bothered charging my phone up. You know, like yeah, just I suppose the antisocial hours that I'm living, you know, like is one thing that I take into account or why my phone's not charged up.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the plan then? Are you heading down to like Benedorm and then what? Are you going to head back down the coast towards Orgiva, or is that a no go? Are you just going to wing it and see what happens?
Man, I haven't got a clue from one day to the next. I mean, I've been walking up and down mountains, up and down riverbeds. I've been down to the beach. I'm going around in circles, checking out these villages. You know, I don't know from what one day to the next. You know, walking without the phone. You know, I've got no map. I've only got sense of direction. So, just for example,
Yeah,
today. Just because I seen a big church tower. Do you get me? Yeah. All I could see for ages was this big church tower. So it's like, right, okay, you know, like yeah, try a couple of roads. Oh, they were failures. Found this perfect road. Then all the traffic was coming this way. So yeah, came this way. Otherwise, I would have been in I would have been in Calpe by now, or even
right.
Benidorm. Gone straight across the country. I could have been in Benidorm by now. Uh, it's been the perfect day for getting out and about. Yeah, with the rain. With the rain, it's a little shower. It's nice. Yeah, it's been nice today. So I could have spent the day walking. Both myself and Grizzles need to rest. Yeah, we're 5 o'clock. You know, 4 or 5 o'clock. We can do walking until 9, 10 o'clock, and in the mornings, and then we're resting until 8 o'clock in the evening, and then we're up again and off doing things like until like again 1 o'clock in the morning. You know, most nights, yeah. It's like today I've said, fuck it. We're in a nice place. We're just gonna rest. Yeah. I've had to pop a few blisters.
Yeah.
And Browns were the one that invited the mean machine lights. Right. Yeah, nice one. Yeah. Happy days. Now you've introduced yourself. I know it's happy.
So have we heard anything from this guy that you're doing work for, or is that over and done with now, mate? I wonder if he's gone on to YouTube a second. So I was broke fishing and Brown's boys and Pip Smoker. Are we good?
Sorry, I just nipped away this welcome Browns boy with a spanner. So
Yeah,
yeah,
now you're good.
the mothers contacted me with great concerns. You know, like to my benefit. You know, like yeah, his friend from Holland got in touch with me as well with great concerns for myself. But himself, no communications. And the body that introduced me, no communications as yet. Uh,
Yeah, that's a bit of he fucking knows what he's doing, man. He's seen you coming a mile off, hasn't he? Took advantage of your situation, provided you with the bare minimum, and took the fucking piss, mate.
Mate, one thing I learned from his Dutch friend that arrived and then drove away straight away and back for his birthday party and then left straight away. One thing I've learned from him is that this fella that I've been helping, he'd be advertising on Facebook for you know, he's a charity case after his accident. He's got no money and he's got these business ideas and he wants people to come and volunteer helping him. So recognizing he's on that level, yeah. It's like, okay, fair enough. You know, like I'm understanding. You know, I was just one of those persons. You know, like you know, got introduced by a mutual friend. Mutual friend. Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, for messy, greedy reactions, I guess. And he has used me big time. Used me big time, bro. You know, like you know, I've been asking painters and plasterers, yeah, what they earn. Yeah, and them's all saying minimum 140 a day, minimum 140 a day. They would not get out of bed
Yeah, mate.
for the hours. No.
You could have been
So
earning a
yeah,
fucking killing, like painting that pool and that all that house that you painted as well, man. Fucking hell! Look at the amount of time that you spent on it. You scrubbed that to the high ends, man. Redid it all, tiled it, painted it. Do you know what I mean? There's a fucking few grand's worth of cash there that technically he should owe you, that because that's what it would have cost.
you know this. You know this. Yeah. Hello, Flurry Slippers. Kev, mate. Kev. No. Exactly, but this is something that I've shown people since I've come to YouTube. Do you get me? Yeah, with the Arctic Nick Williams, with the shitty wet wipes, like with the fella down the river, with the woman in their caravan, with this fella near Barcelona. Yeah, it's like they've all used. Do you get me? Yeah, they've all used the fact that even the mechanic that I was working with, the craft resource stuff, even that person, they've all used me just for the fact that I'm able and I'm capable and I'm willing and I don't give a fuck about price tags. You get me? Yeah,
Yeah, and
I'll
it's
do
not just
things.
that though. It's because of your obviously your living situation as well. They think that, oh yeah, if we can give you a little bit of shelter and provide you with the bare minimum, that would be enough for you. To get what I mean? When technically, as though you would appreciate that, they are still taking the fucking piss.
Lee, I can promise you now. Yeah, I I'd be offered accommodations all day, every day, man. Putting myself in the right situation. Yeah, and I refuse. Yeah? I do not want to be locked up indoors, and I've said this loud and proud to everyone. Do you get me? Yeah, I don't want your house. I don't want nothing. Yeah, I don't want nothing that you got. You know. So fuck them. If they feel that I'm a lower being than them, it's only a reflection of themselves. Yeah, they can make judgments on me, but I'm richer than all of them put together. It don't matter how many millions they got. Yeah, I'm richer without their.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's it. That's it.
My experiences and my wealth, I take to heaven or hell. Yeah, their riches and wealth and their dreams and idle promises. That's what weighs them down to keep in purgatory. You know. Happy days. Yeah. Long time no see, furry slippers.
So what's you doing tonight?
You got
Just
on you.
monging out. Yeah, yeah. I think
Well,
it's my signal in here is horrific, mate.
yeah. Today I'm gonna sit around this square. I'm gonna take Grizzles for a walk when he wakes up. Just so he can relieve himself. We're gonna come back to this square. We're sitting at I'll probably come back here because I've been told I can use the electric there. That's the local courthouse, local police fire station, and yeah, I've had two coppers come to me and say, look, if you need electricity, there's electricity there. If you need shelter, there's multiple places for shelter. They've told me I can sleep around the back of the Guarda station.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
That's good. At least
yeah.
they're fucking being accommodating to you. They're being more accommodating by engaging in the conversation with you than that fucking guy is, man. And you've just grafted your ass off for him for fucking 3 weeks. Or however long it was.
For two coppers, yeah, they actually strong, yeah, one on each side, yeah, and Grizzles, and they're talking to me, and I'm talking in Spanish to them. They're trying to talk to me in English, and I've asked them, please, I'm here for Spanish. I'm not here for English. I'll get the English when I go to Benidorm and I have my fish and chips.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
So yeah, man, into the uniform, do you get me? Yeah, and yeah, them's well happy with me being public with Grizzles. Yeah, which was my biggest concern. Yeah, my biggest of concerns. How the authorities are gonna receive Grizzles.
Yeah.
Me, I'm just a but big dog like this. It's like there's thoughts, and not one of these villages yet. Not one of them have hindered me about Grizzles. Not one,
Yeah, man.
and plenty. Mm.
I think they can. You can kind of tell from looking at a dog really whether it's going to be fucking friendly or if it's going to chew your face off or not. Do you know what I mean? And he's well behaved to a degree that, you know what I mean, you could walk with him without a lead and he'll stay aside you.
Yeah, look, he's just there. Yeah, he's not interested in any of the dogs that's walking past. Yeah, the dogs are walking through the aisle. Yeah, and he don't even stir. Do you get me? The dogs are one of the things they're looking out for. They're testing and grizzlies, and they're walking past with their little dogs, yappy yappy yappy, and they do it on purpose. Yeah, they want a reaction. Yeah, so it's like it's really refreshing.
Yeah, it's different to Ogiva, isn't it?
Well, Waukegan was one of them places where there's a lot of people. Yeah, there's a concentration of neglectful peoples, and so there, like everybody's painted with the same brush, and you have to, I've got a reputation in those areas. So, like when I get pestered by the Guardia or the police, yeah, it's out of, like they got to do it to everybody, not have favor. Yeah, yeah. So, like yeah. So I just take it to pinch. No. Christine Newton, lovely. I got broke fishing coming up.
What up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Off, mate, because my tea's ready, so I'm going to eat and then I'll be watching him, mate. Broke fishing, nice to see you, mate.
Nice to see you, Lee. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm not bad, mate. Thank you. I am literally about to go off because I'm just going to eat my tea. So I'll jump back up after I've eaten.
Bon appetit, or as we says in Spanish, bon provecho, or caprovecho. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy your food.
Cheers, guys. See you in a bit.
Nice one, buddy.
Cheers. Bye.
Okay, wasn't expecting Lee to leave, but okay. So how you doing, Steve?
I'm all right, broke fishing. Yeah, I'm all right. I've got blistered feet. Like today I've had to pop 3 blisters on my feet. I've got sores all over. Like from badly tying, having loose shoes. Yeah, but I'm all right. I got clean clothes, brand new clean clothes. I got a new rucksack. Yeah. Grizzles is happy and resting.
That's good to hear.
Yeah. And what's new with you, bro?
Oh, I got problems appearing and with just problems, and things are going okay, but I got a major problem appeared in my life. Just trying to do the same thing, keep it moving. You still here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh.
I just turned the camera off so I can go and welcome Furry Slippers. They obviously Furry Slippers not been there since I've been spannering people's up again. Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm still here. So, what's the story? What's the issues up there? Is it hot or what?
Oh, I've had fires around me. To me, it's not hot. There's just like daily lightning for the past week. A couple other problems that I've been told I can let my friends know, but I'm supposed to not take it totally public.
Okay.
Look in the private chat.
I'd give Grizzles Christine, but he's sleeping.
Look in the private chat. You'll understand. Just keep it to yourself.
Yeah, I see that. I feel for you, bro. I feel.
Crazy, just craziness,
I can imagine. I can imagine. I can only imagine.
A big deja vu for me, but She did call me up we talked over this holiday weekend. I've known since before the holiday, and we've talked before the holiday weekend. She just told me, Dad, I know I was trying to do things myself, but help, and you can take the gloves off. Mom will understand. Okay.
For sure. For sure. For sure. That's wise words coming from your young one. That's wise words. Yeah.
I don't know. It's a double-edged sword. One side, okay, you're handling it yourself. The other side is, ooh, she needs dad again. Not for a good reason, but she needs dad again.
You know, your princess will always need her dad, no matter what. Yeah, like no matter what. Yeah, and it's times like this where it's a simple reminder, of that family love. Yeah, and you're lucky because you've got those you've got those communications. Yeah, you're lucky. Yeah, Mitch. Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's one thing I'm envious of a lot of people's. You get me? Yeah, I don't have that family sentimental values. You get me? And yeah, and unless you're walking with me, it's quite difficult to like. It really infuriates me. Like, all these nice people that in communications with, but yet we don't do adventures. Like, yeah. We don't have that physical communication. It's the digital communications. And so for me, it's I recognize within myself, the closer I'm getting to people's, the more I have to just fuck them off. I start getting all that sentimental attachment, and it's not healthy for me. I'm sorry, like, but it's not healthy for me. Yes,
Oh,
I've been
I
rude.
get it.
But it's down to my comfort zone. Yes,
Oh,
so I appreciate when folks come in with the sentimental stuff.
I
Yeah.
get it, Steve. I have more. It's like my daughter, my son, out of the family, my little brother. That's it. The rest don't talk to me. I'm the black sheep. I have more friends online and all that than I actually do in my own family. But
Black
my daughter,
sheep, white sheep, purple sheep, they're all fucking sheep, mate. Yeah, and they all need shepherds. So, yeah, happy days, yeah.
I'm the one they
Much love
don't want
to
to talk
you.
to. Except for my daughter, my little brother. I'm the one that they only call when they want information or something. It's like, why are you talking to me now? You already
Yeah,
know it.
yeah. And like I was saying, yeah, my father, I've not spoken with him since I was a teenager. Yeah, and the last thing I get, the last communications I had with him a couple of years ago, I get this WhatsApp message. I don't know how the fuck he got my phone number, but he got my phone number, and he WhatsApped me to say me that he's a daddy again. Do you get me? Yeah, he got a newborn, so it's like fucking hell, And then it's like I'm questioning myself. I'm questioning the message. Is it from him or is it from his new baby mother? Do you get me? Yeah, because it certainly
Yeah.
ain't from my younger brother.
It was probably from baby mama.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I get it. So,
I'm old enough to be her father. Do you get me? Yeah.
yeah, are you off to a new place? Or are you still over there at that place where you were helping that guy? No matter what happened monetarily, you were over there helping.
I was very much, yeah, I was doing a lot more than just helping, mate. Yeah, I was doing things. You get me? Yeah, getting things done. But no, I walked away from there. I walked away from there 2 o'clock on Captain Jack's birthday. Yeah, yeah. It was Captain Jack's birthday, 26th of June, and myself and Grizzle walked away. We were actually celebrating his birthday party. Yeah, it was his birthday. Yeah, and I recognized he'd been holding back and begging off of me when I'm working for him, and he's begged off of me. Yeah, and it's just like he took the piss. He used and abused, and then starting lying and playing tricks. You know, pulling these stunts. So he's like, nah, walked away from
All
there.
right, that's a sign of see you later, dude. You really didn't. You don't really need me around.
Exactly. When his internet friends turned up, and then drove away from him. Yeah, drove all the way from Holland just to see this fella. Yeah, and then like within about an hour, 2 hours of being there, he drove away. Yeah, and then I had to make explanations to why he drove away, and it was like, man, you know, like yeah, like I don't know. The fella said it's the same as it was last time he was here. You know, first time you met, yeah, you've got people around you and you're abusing them. You've got negative energy around here. Yeah, walk into the front door and it's like a mountain full of rubbish. I mean, like you get on your bike to go and get fucking Coca-Cola every morning, you get your packet of cigarettes every morning, but you can't get on your bike with a bag of rubbish. You know, you're waiting for other people to do these dirty things for you. Yeah, and it's like, yeah, so yeah, that fella, he won't learn. He's too brain dead, you know, right? And that's not due to his accident, but it's not because it's like his mother said. It's due to the upbringing that he had. Yeah,
Yeah, some people just don't get it. I understand that.
his father's a professional pimp in Holland.
Oh,
Okay, says a lot. Yeah, so this fella's got that same mentality. You know, like people are just money objects, and money objects is there to abuse. Yeah. So that's what he's growing up with. That's the mentality, and that's what he projects, and that's basically come from his mother. Yeah,
that
somebody.
ain't good when your own mom calls you out.
Do you get me? Do you get me? Yeah.
Oh, I get you big time. Wow, StreamYard's added a new little thing so I can see my mic in the bottom display thing.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, in my little window down below.
Yeah. Christine, yesterday I woke up from a dream. Yeah. Remember saying to Grizzles that yesterday was going to be a weird freaking day. And it started off, wind was blowing really strong, you know, like all directions. There was sand being blown in my face, coming down the mountain, you know, like on a trail that, you know, like didn't look like a mountain trail. And coincidentally, it brought me to a really massive town called Avia. And I was very lucky. I walked past this cafe, and I heard English speaking, and I jumped in, and the owner came out and joined in conversation. And so I was introduced to her then being the owner. I says, please, how much is coffee here? You know, like some places they charge in $2.50 in these days. So she milky coffee and I sat there for the whole day. Yeah, they would not accept money from me. They got in touch with one of these charities, mobile charity fellas. He's established, yeah, in these areas. Give me new shirts, new short, new rucksack. Yeah, invited me to the halfway house. You know, and people, they were coming to the cafe. They were all greeting Grizzles. You know, like none of them were hearing the history and the sub story, but they all fucking tipped me. You know, like yeah. So I left with a pocket $1. You know, and it's like yeah, I stay, but I say you know, like I don't do well sticking around. So I'm just gonna keep walking. I'm gonna burn off, toughen my feet up. If I come back this area, I'll be looking for work. So you know, like yeah, I said I'll come back here and report in. You know, we've exchanged phone numbers. So happy days, yeah.
Well, cool. At least you found a place where they accept you for who you are.
Spain has always accepted me broke fishing. Yeah, You know, like I'm sitting here. You know, I'm not looking like a beggar. Do you get me? Yeah, I'm not looking like a beggar. Yeah, I've got a fucking brand new rucksack for fuck's sake. I've got a prize-looking dog. Do you get me? As people keep reminding me, I'm not looking like a beggar. But I've just had a couple of hours ago. I had a fella coming around here with the most richest sandwich I've ever tasted. Yeah, the best tomatoes with that sandwich. A bag of plums, a bag of nuts, and a tin of drink. And he was like, dude, you know, like, yeah, what gives you that incentive? And he's just like, you know, you're traveling, you've got a rucksack, you're sat there on your own, happy days, yeah. So, uh, and the courthouse, yeah, one of the judges or solicitors in the courthouse came out with a big bucket of water for Grizzles.
Cool.
Yeah. You know, is like I walk past places and there's beggars at every bank, every tobacco shop, every shop, food store. You know, street corners. There's beggars, and you can see that they're beggars. You know, like, and they're professional beggars, and they're territorial. You get me? Yeah. I was sat here with a drunk, with a street drinker. You know, like, yeah, he didn't look like a street drinker. You know, traveling with a bicycle and all that whatnot. And yeah, he's there, you know, like, where are you going to sit begging? You know, like, where are you going to earn your monies? And I'm not. Yeah, I've got a bag full, I've got a pocket full. You know, all I'm looking for is tobacco shop. Yeah, it's happy days. Yes, yes.
I get
Yeah.
you, Steve. I was in town yesterday, and I watched two guys. I was sitting waiting for my buddy. I watched two guys having an argument, and I finally figured out they're having an argument over who was going to be on that corner by the Walmart across the street from the back exit to Walmart with a sign. That
Yeah.
I finally figured it out because the one guy just did the all hand gestures and stuff, gave him the old sign of you're number one and walked off, and I'm like, oh, that was over this guy. That's that guy's spot. He walked over to the brush.
I've seen it here in Spain, yeah, and the street politics is, you know, people are money greedy, yeah. I'm happy going to the restaurant and asking, you know, like, if you got a bite to eat for me, or going to the bakery and asking if you got you know, anything you're not selling, you know, yeah, and I'll walk away, you know, they'll say no, or they say, yeah, sit down. Do you get me? Is there anything else we can help you with? You know, yeah. Where do I get water portably? You know, like, where do I get drinking water? Where's the local fountains? You know, like, that's my main concern. You know, where's a nice place to sit for me for me dog, where you can get fresh air? Where's the fresh air coming in? You know, things like that. You know, and it's just, yeah, I'm not interested in people's money. You know,
Steve, you represent yourself as somebody who's willing to work.
I am, under the right conditions, for the right people's, not just for anybody's. Yeah, and yeah. You know,
a lot of those beggars, some of them hold a sign that they would say will work for food. You can't get a bit of work out of them, even if you take them somewhere and tell them, I'll give you food and money. You can't get them to pick up the shovel.
Yeah, man, this fella initially, he came over with that bag of food for this street drinker. Do you get me? Yeah, and the street drinker said, I don't eat. Yeah, I drink protein drinks and alcohol. That's all I do. I don't eat food. Yeah, so, you know, it's going in the bin unless this fella wants it. So happy days. You know. Huh?
Yeah, I get it. My buddy said he picked somebody up, had a sign will work for food, handed him and told him, hey, I got work. Here's a sandwich. Let's go. I'll pay you for your work.
Yeah.
He said he couldn't get the guy to do the work.
Yeah, I had blisters on my feet yesterday. Just after popping them, I see one of the fellas from the cafe, and he was going to his car fully loaded, arms fully loaded. So I ran to his car to open his freaking doors. Yeah, You know, it's like you know, I do things when the cafe was closing. I was trying to help them, and they said, "Steve, yeah, just relax. You know, like yeah, you're here to relax, get strong. You know, like yeah, and happy days. You know, because they seen me limping. You know, and yeah, one of them commented, you know, like you're quick on the mark, although you've got blistered feet, you still run. I'm not dead. Yeah, I'm not dead. I'm living. I'm alive. A bit of pain. Happy days. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's Joey Bobo.
Yes, yes, Joey Bobo, Victor Vega. I'll nip over to YouTube a minute and welcome these two fellas. Don't know if you can still hear me when I go over there, but I can hear you.
I'm not sure if you can hear me when you go over there, but hey, you'll be right back. Oh, what a day. I gotta check these flyers. I just have. I'm normally waking up right now. But I got that call from the kid, Steve, asking if I was asleep. Yeah. All right. So Steve will be right back. There he is.
Right. Yeah, so you furry slippers, you can still hear me when I go over there. I can hear whoever's on my panel when I go to YouTube. Yeah. I know that the camera freezes, but I don't know if if people on panel can hear.
The mic freezes up too when you go over to YouTube. It's like you're still here, but you're gone.
For you, but I think Vic, Furry Slipper said they can still hear me when I'm in YouTube.
I think he said that right before you dipped out.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, we'll try that again when the next grey comes in. So you got woken up by a family calling.
Yeah, my daughter, she has this natural ability to know when I'm asleep for some reason, and she always says the same thing. Oh, even though she can tell, she woke me up. She just goes, "Were you sleeping?" Well, I go to sleep right before daylight. If I see daylight coming on, I lay down and go, "Oh shit, I need to catch some sleep." You know that.
Of course, what time is it? About 9 o'clock where you're at, isn't it?
Yeah, coming up on 10.
Yeah. Fair play. Right. Okay, so Furry Slippers is agreeing with you, saying that I do go silent when I go to YouTube. Okay.
Yeah, it's crazy, but I got her back the other night purposely. My buddy that I play cribbage with, we come back and he goes, "I got an idea." I go, "What's that?" He goes, "Why don't you call your daughter and ask her if she's asleep? Were you asleep?" So I did. And you can tell I woke her up and she's like, "Yeah, Dad." And I'm like, "Were you asleep? Were you sleeping?" She's like, "Ah, funny. Love you. Call you tomorrow." Click.
Look at that. A bag of plums. Yeah. Tiny little plums straight from the man's tree. Yep.
My plum trees are doing good this year.
Yeah. Happy days.
I got one that decided it's going to double its production and it's trying to lean the tree over. I had to tie the tree straight.
Did you know the horizontal branches give communications as a mature branch? Yeah. Uprights, verticals are premature. So you'll get less fruit if they're growing straight up. And this is why they cut them off or bend them over. Yeah, to straighten them up. Yep.
Yeah, I think I heard something about that. This one, just every single side branch has a bunch of fruit, and it was so heavy. It's only like its second year of actually putting plums on,
Mm-hmm.
and it decided it was going to try to lean it over and break the trees. So I just held her up. I just wrapped her, wrapped a piece of paracord around it and held it up. When the plums are gone, when I get all the plums off, it'll stop doing that. I'll take the rope off. I didn't
Yeah,
tie it
yeah,
up
yeah.
to where I didn't tie it to where the wind can't affect it and it's held hard against, I just kept it from going all the way over where it breaks it. Got to do that
Mm-hmm.
for a couple years with them, and then they don't care. It doesn't happen.
Yep. Yep. Mm.
But God,
Sorry, these plums they're small, size of cherries, but they are beautiful.
that's like this year. Normally, the plum tree they all put on what would be considered just above the size of a cherry, but this year they're actually putting on bigger than they normally are. And the winds stayed off at the right time, so they had more blossoms. It didn't blow all the blossoms away, so I got more production. I know
Right.
that's what's going on because I watched it.
Mm-mm-mm.
They didn't get it. We didn't get that big spring wind that blew all the blossoms away. It was like after I seen the blossoms floating down to the ground, we got a wind that took off the flowers that, well, they were already past their usefulness anyways. But I did have to laugh.
I was talking to somebody a couple of days ago, and they're telling me about the big droughts here in Spain. How all the boreholes, illegal boreholes, and all the construction sucking all the water supplies, and the oranges are almost like suffering. Most of the fruits, the grapes, the oranges, they're suffering. Uh, so not sure how long Spain is going to have fruit and vegetables. Might be another 10 years in this complete desert.
So they think it's the big companies sucking too much water and have illegal boreholes. They just caught that one down in California. One of the big big commercial water companies. They hadn't renewed their water permit in 15 to 20 years, and they got shut down when it got. They tried to file the paperwork, but their paperwork was no. All you had to do was file the
Mm-hmm.
paperwork. You could still use those springs up there and get the water down into your tanks and all that. But now we want you to remove your infrastructure. You're done. You went too many years without filing paperwork you knew you had to file. And no, it took us a while to catch that you hadn't done it, but it's something you knew you had to do. And
Mm-hmm.
you didn't do it, and you pushed it for a decade, and we busted you, and now we ain't gonna renew it now. You're done.
That's good. It's about time the corporates were taught that lesson, because they do get away with murder, and yeah, the rest of the world is fucking suffering because of big corporates. So it's
Yeah.
about time they were held responsible for their illegal doings, immoral doings.
And
Mhm.
all I did was just ha 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 he ha ha ha. Hope you learn.
Mm-mm. Mm. Yep. See, here in Spain, we've got multiple problems as water is concerned. You got all the construction going up in random areas. They divert the waters. The deforestation, is like that. That has big effects. But one of the biggest things they're doing is they're controlling the rivers, putting all the rivers into pipes, yeah, and then sending it to where they think it needs to be sent, rather than just letting water pass through the land naturally like it always has. Mm.
Yeah, all they have to do is build those low head dams and they'll have enough water to supply their areas, but everybody else gets the water too. But no, they got to pump. They got to pipe it all away.
Mm-hmm. If you're in the hard way with the dams, because what happens when you control the dams is it swells up in that area, and then it fills up, and they're not maintained,
Oh yeah,
and then water it was never was.
that one place you were at, they never. That one place you're at, they never dug out the backside of the Lowhead Dam. So now it's full. It's just a little waterfall. Now it's full, and it defeated its purpose. It only works when you're having major rains, and it's filling its whole footprint.
Yep. The village where we stayed, slept last night, got a big, massive riverbed, and it's actually named after a big river. But it's dry, and drier than me fucking dry.
Yep, and I bet you if you looked on the satellite and went up that riverbed with the satellite looking, you'll find a dam somewhere up there where they're piping the water away. And then probably more than half of that water actually gets wasted.
Yep. Yeah, I do. Yeah. Yeah. When I look at this fella that I was working for, he had a swimming pool. Yeah, and I'd seen him fill that up twice. Yeah. The first time he emptied it, and it was just that water going nowhere. Do you get me? You know, he's not channeled it around his land. You know, like his trees are bone dry, and like for then it's my responsibility because the trees are dying. But those trees have been there for fucking 15, 20 years since he bought the land. Do you get me? Yeah, I've only just fucking turned up. How the fuck is it my responsibility, you dumb cunt?
If you had actually, when you pumped out your swimming pool, if you had actually pumped that water through an irrigation canal that went around all the trees, they wouldn't be dying.
Exactly, yeah. But that's just one individual. When you think about the million people that have got the same, do you get me? Yeah, doing the same.
Oh, I get it.
You can see, wow. Yep. A lifetime of water.
And then they complain about what's going on with my fruit trees. Well, you're wasting the water you should be giving them, dumbass.
Yep. 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 And within 2 days of that pool not being circulated, not being pumped, no movement in there, it just becomes a mosquito nest.
Yeah. You wouldn't even have to probably put it through filters or anything. Just move it around to aerate it.
Yep. That's what you need to do. You don't need to add no chemicals. Just pump it. Just turn the pump on. And happy days. Create the movement.
Yeah. Make it think it's an actual inflow outflow. Take it out of one end, dump it in the other end, and that water will stay crystal clear. Yeah, you get the occasional leaves and the occasional that stuff, but that's what the pump with the vac. That's why you got that attachment that you put on the pump that makes it act like a vacuum that dumps everything in a basket.
Yeah. One of the other things about his garden that for anything that comes in, he's trying to send the water uphill with all the sprinklers in between and no shut-off valves. So by the time you get halfway up, there's no pressure for the top half of the garden. I said to him, why isn't it set up so you send the water up and then you send it down? Yeah. When you send it up, you've got full pressure. Then you send it across and down, and that's when you have the sprinklers. No. It's done like this. It's done like this. I moved in there. Well, you moved in there for a quick sale. That's all that happens. Yeah, somebody set it up for a quick sale. The pipes are all exposed. You know, like and it's like it shouldn't be like that. The sprinklers are far too small for the land that you've got. You've got far too many pipes, you know. But
I used to work on a dairy where we grew hay and stuff. I worked in the dealing with water a lot, and most people don't understand that concept of maybe you should have something with no outlets on it, pumping it to the top of the highest point on the property, and then have it irrigate everything.
you get me? Yeah, you knows like I knows.
You use the smaller heads, the smaller outlets in the sprinkler at the bottom, at the top, and a little bit bigger at the bottom, or just make them all small. They do the same job. You just run it a little longer.
Yeah. Hello, beautiful day. Welcome to my temporary destination.
Does look nice around there.
It is nice. Top man, Travis. I'm currently in a peach, or is it a nectarine? Yeah, I've just munched on a few plums, and yeah, nice nectarine.
The rancher I worked for, that's one of the first thing he did when you go buy a commercial. We buy a commercial replacement sprinkler head. He's got a whole bunch. He buys them at the same time. You got a whole bunch of those nozzles. You take the one out that comes in it, and you put the smaller one we use on the property in. You just run the sprinkler, that part of the sprinkler system, a couple hours longer. Does the same thing. Works better.
The first orchard I rented and worked on, we had the acequia. So we open the gates and just flood the land, yeah? And we flood it for a minimum of 3 hours, yeah? And we do that every couple of days.
Yep. Right. Works great.
We open the gates at the top and let the water work its way down, you know? And yeah, by the time it's all flooded in 3 hours, every plant and every speck of dirt is covered in water. It's all saturated.
I got this pet spider that I've just let it live here. I have no flies. I've figured out how to swap the fly right into it. I have no flies.
Yep. That's one thing I'm grateful of. Since I've left that workplace, I've not got any mosquitoes, nothing horrible like that, and very few flies. Yesterday, Grizzles had half a dozen flies hanging around him, but I've been giving him tin food, so he's been getting all that gravy around his nose. So yeah, and he's been bathing in the estuary. So he's had dirty waters, you know. So yeah, there's a simple explanation to that.
Well, that guy must have had a bunch of standing water somewhere that wasn't circulating or something, and that causes mosquitoes.
Right. Well, that fellow I working for, yes, Bilbo Fraggins, big out your chest, butter. I see you in Benedorm by next week. Yeah, but he had the swimming pool. That was a big mosquito nest outside the room that he gave me as a bedroom, less than 5 meters away. His drainage just came out of the top floor straight to the ground there. Now about 10 meters around the house, level with the kitchen, all the drainage came out the kitchen straight to the ground, and there was a green pond there, you know, and it's just feeding mosquitoes, you know, mosquito nests.
Yep.
And these are things that I pointed out to him, you know. It's like the sewage pipe, yeah. The sewage pipe ran at the door of the room that I was staying, and you could just smell sewage all the time. It wasn't on any angle, you know. So yeah, it was building up and filling up.
Yep, and it probably somewhere, I don't know. I've seen some people do some real sketchy shit of, why did your pipe Why does that smell like sewage over there? Oh, your pipe just drains out onto the ground in this collection pond thing. You're not a sewer plant, dude.
You get me? Yeah. So when it comes him wanting to rent out the ground floor in 2 apartments, he wants big caravan park. I gave him pointers before I left. I says, you need to sort that out, this out, and that out. I says, and as a favor, I'm giving you this information. I'm not going to charge you. I'm not going to send you a bill, but you deserve billing for this ignorance that you're showing. There is no architect or building surveyor that is going to legalize that building to be rented out with the sewage and the drainage system that he's got. Not a fucking hope.
Oh, and if they come in there, it won't be. They just won't. It's not that they just won't approve it. If they come in there and they get in there and they do the right thing, they'll shut him down, dude. You can't do anything until you fix this shit. You don't just drain human. You just don't drain waste onto the ground.
Yeah. He's lucky I'm not a snitch, because I could easily fucking get him put into a care home with his crazy behavior. You know, really endangering lives with all those mosquitoes for sure. With that raw sewage, for sure.
That's why they made that thing called the septic tank, and it has an outlet underground that disperses out into a certain footprint that has to be a certain amount, depending on the size, has to be a certain amount of that drain leach line, because the solids collect in the tank and the water goes out and purifies itself by leaking down through the ground. People don't understand how that shit works.
Mm-hmm. I know. More money than sense. That's a lot of these people's problems. Yeah. One thing I've noticed with these foreigners, like the expats, yeah, they're kind of left to their own devices. Do you get me? Yeah, and the Spanish don't really get involved. They just kind of leave them at it until they come. Yeah. Trevor Bidsy, but I'm about 30 miles away from Benidorm. Yeah, me and Grizzy have been moving from the other side of Valencia. Yep, and we've been walking, visiting all these different towns and villages. Yeah, just on the walkabouts. I'm heading for Benidorm so I can get some fish and chips. Yep. And when I'm in Benidorm, it's only a few miles. Well, maybe a day and a half. It'll take me and Grizzles a day and a half with our rests to get to Alicante, and then we'll meet up with our King Charles. We've been trying to meet up for more than a year. Yeah, he's been wanting to meet Grizzles and Captain Jack and Ted, but now it is only Grizzles. Yeah, he wants to meet up. And anybody else in Benidorm at the time when I'm there, or Alicante area when I'm there, he wants to meet up. Yeah, like that sneaker pimp that said that I was conning and cheating expats in these areas, in this precise area where I'm at now, and Denia to Calpe. He said I was cheating these people years ago. I've never been in these areas before. So yeah, I'm calling him. I'll sit in Benidorm and Alicante waiting for him and his Facebook groups. Yeah, and I'll prove he's the fucking liar for the fun of it. I just moved because it was raining. Okay, it stopped raining again now. Poor Grizzle is getting moved around because it rains. But yeah, look, he's nice and cool today. Yeah. This morning when we arrived here, he was panting like he'd been on a freaking massive triathlon. But he's calming down with this coolness. He's one of the biggest of goals is to keep himself, happy and cool. Yeah. He doesn't like to drink too much water this time of day. In the morning, he likes to drink a lot, and in the late night when it cools down, he likes to drink a lot. But otherwise, daytime, he just likes to sleep. So find nice, cool places for it.
Do you blame him?
No, I can't blame him at all. No, that big jacket that he's wearing, I brush him every day. He needs a fucking brush every day. Yeah. That's my current home. Yeah. Yesterday I had a rucksack half the size, and today I've got this great big rucksack. I don't know. Yeah, there's a one thing extra in there, and that's a big sleeping bag, a brand new sleeping bag. Yeah.
Well, at least you're staying along the med.
Yeah. I'm not going to the Atlantic coast. I won't go around that far. One thing I'm thinking of Alicante. Once I've been Alicante, I'm thinking of coming back east to Barcelona, Zaragoza, and maybe do the north of Spain. I'm not sure. I don't want to be up there for the winter. No, but next summer, I wouldn't mind being up the north of Spain for the next summer. Astoria. Have a look at wild ponies. Listen out for the wolves. Or I might just walk on to Greece or Turkey or, Croatia. Yeah.
Hey, a walkabout's always good.
Yeah.
Changes in latitude is changes in attitude.
Yeah. I like the adventure. And Grizzles is, I'm not sure if he's so freaking tired, he just like sleeps and then walks with me. But he seems to be enjoying it. We get to the beach and he fucking loves it. Get to the rivers, he fucking loves it. Get to the mountains, loves it. Come to the towns, he loves it. But come to the towns and he just sleeps.
Well, it's rest time. Dad's gonna take a little bit of a break. We're gonna be here for a little bit. It's warm. I'm gonna siesta.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Exactly. Yep. And you know what? Leaving that place of work on Captain Jack's birthday, it's like wow. There's a big spiritual bonding. And I feel it. I've had a couple of nights where I'm dreaming of Captain Jack. And it's like things that we've been doing. Conversations that we'd be having. And it's like, he's there, a part of it. He's with us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's nice. I definitely feel it. It's the right thing to be doing.
Somebody was telling me there's fires somewhere over there in Spain.
Man, yeah, there's always fires around Spain this time of year. Same as where you're at, It's the same.
I'm just hoping the lightning keeps to the east side of the mountain range I live on. I live on the western side, but the lightning keeps going to the east side, and I'm like, score! My friend that lives over there.
Honestly, I think a lot of the wildfires, not wildfires, but the fires that are happening here are purposely done. You know, it's like clearing land, ignorance, people having a fire, and then ashes getting blown off, embers being blown off with the wind. You know, like, yeah.
Oh, stupidity. Yeah. We really don't need a bonfire today, but I'm going to try to build the biggest fire I've built in my life and then wonder why a half a mile away we have a brush fire. Yeah, I know the people.
I've also learned, in a couple of places, when the Guada find these mountain gorilla grows, you know, like big ganja farms, rather than cutting it down, they just set fire to it.
Yeah. That was a practice for a long time, wasn't it? Still is in some areas.
Yeah. And another thing, there was a fire, big, massive fire a couple of years ago, and they couldn't do anything about it. It was tires, It was an old tire dump, and burning tires.
You know that was purposely started.
Yep. As far as fires going, I don't think any natural wildfires occur here in Spain from what I've been listening to.
Well, I see lightning, and lightning does cause fires, but, you know, in my morning
I've seen lightning storm here, road fishing, and basically what they does, is they follow the coastline. You know, like you see the lightning out in Africa, and it's you know following the coastline, then it gets caught on the mountains. But this ain't lightning that strikes to create fires. Yeah, Mitch. It's strange, but there are different lightnings, aren't they?
Yeah, you got some lightning inland from where you're at now, but it's way inland, like next state over.
Mm-hmm.
They're already talking where I'm at about the lightning. I'm like, okay, got it. It's gonna go. It's planned to go that side. That's where it went for the past week.
Stopped raining again now. Got a bit of sunshine. I was told by the street drinker, this patch is going to get too hot when the sun comes out. Yeah, but like the sun's only just coming out, and in a minute it's going to be behind that building. So it's like this area stayed shaded all day from the cloud, from the building, and now from from the next building opposite. 7:30. I don't mind the last couple of hours of sunshine. It's not warm, or it's warm, but it's not hot. It's not burning temperatures. It's not going to be heating. It's happy days.
I get that too.
Hey, Trevor, I was talking to Belfast Mafia. You'll remember, he had a different title a couple of years ago. He also lost a couple of dogs in the last couple of years. You know, like, you know, it's hard going. It is hard going. You know, they are part of the family. You know, they are family members. And, it is hard. You know, like, so we got to keep going. We got to keep, we got to be strong, you know. I know when Grizzles is gone, I'm not getting another dog. No. I thought about a little Chihuahua or Shih Tzu, you know, something that I can carry. But at the end of the day, no. In the world that we're living in, unless there's a massive reset, and you know, like animals have got no, you know, and I'm not a person that can change the rules or standards. It's I'm done with animals. And plus, too sentimental, far too sentimental. You know, the attachment. You know, if Grizzles I was ready to finish myself, and when Captain passed, and I've never, ever since I was when I was 11. Yeah, I haven't had those thoughts since I was 11 years of age. So for me, it's like, you know, uh,
I get it.
I'm getting too old for that sentimental attachment.
I wasn't planning on anything, even though kid fishing was, but uh, I have one that now I'm ready. Now I got the pups. Oh my God, they're going to be huge in three
Yeah, yeah,
months. And 3 months, he's already like standing above the halfway mark on dad. On dad when he stands next to dad, and it's like, yeah, okay, I'm going to be so screwed.
yeah,
But like my son said, Mom didn't have to worry. She had vitamins. She's very well taken care of. The pups are very well taken care of. They get little vitamin mineral treats too, every other day because I'm not going to overdo my dogs. And oh my God, I'm going to have a big doggy. That's okay. He's really he's really mellow. He's 3 months and he's mellow already. He like sits back and just hangs out with me. His sister's like, ah. I'm like, yeah, okay.
yeah.
I
And
know which
how many?
one. Two.
Okay, okay. And you're gonna get rid of the sister, or you're gonna keep her?
I gave her to my son. We're keeping both of them. We just, I have an enclosure for them that we're just happen to move and put back together. I have one of those portable enclosures.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We're just it's all good. Been using it for years. Haven't had to use it because my dogs, they're older. They don't wander. But the pups, I'm gonna have to use it again until they get used to not wandering.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now, a word of advice when it comes, you got two females there, yeah. One will come in season, and then the other one will come in season when that one's finished. They won't come in season at the same time.
Yeah, that's part of another reason to have the enclosure. Just put them both in there.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So
I
that's it.
used to breed white German shepherds, and it was talk about
Uh,
high energy dogs. They have to have something to do.
mm-hmm.
It's not like my it's not like my terrier hound mix. The labs. They have to have something to do too. 4th of July was great here. I didn't have to lock my dogs up because they're gonna run away. I had to lock my dogs up because they were trying to charge down to where they were shooting them off because one of them's a hunting dog and the other one's learned from his sister, the hunting dog. They're wanting to go down there and see what's being shot so they can go have some fun tearing something up, bringing it. She'll bring you birds. She used to bring us live chickens back from the chicken coop area. It's like, would you put him down, put her down, take the chicken back? And it's like, thank you, but stop. You don't have to
Yeah.
bring me the chicken. She didn't kill him.
Did I tell you? Was you listening when no, I don't think you was. Yeah, I just moved up to the mountain where Grizzles was born. Yeah, I'd yeah got gone up there to take over, looking after the place, and coming down with the family of like Grizzles' family, his mom, his dad, himself, and his brother, and then Captain Jack as well. Coming down to the village, I had people coming out of the polytunnels, like like, are they your dogs? Well, yeah, they are, but they weren't, And this woman came out and said, no, they're not his, Like, I said, well, I'm responsible for them now, and she said, yeah, like last year before you was looking after them. They came down and attacked all our chickens. We don't got no chickens no more because those dogs came down and ate them all.
I don't know what her thing was with bringing my mom a chicken every day. She didn't. They weren't dead.
No.
She just
Wow.
pick him up and bring a chicken that was outside. Like, Mom, this one was being bad, and it was never the same chicken. I'm like, the first morning, the first day I seen that, she was in so much trouble, and my mother-in-law's like, tell her no, just tell her no, tell her to drop it, take the chicken. The chicken knows where it wants to go. Just take it back to the rest of the flock. I don't know why she does that. She doesn't kill them. She just brings me a different chicken every day. I'm like, okay. I told my
Did I tell you? I walked into a bull run. Yeah, you know when they let the bulls out into the streets and yeah, try and dance with them. I've seen that. I walked into one last weekend. Walked into another one a few days ago in a place called Denia, and this one is on the coast. And the aim of the game is to get the bulls into the harbor, like into the water, and then get the bull out of the water. Yeah. And then what was it? Day before yesterday, I think it was. Yeah, Sunday. I arrived there Saturday, and I caught the tail end of this bull run where they're chasing it into the water. And then on the Sunday, there was a protest against cruelty to animals. And there was all foreigners. There was all expats. Yeah, there's English and Germans and Dutch. Not one Spanish person in the protest.
Does that surprise you? I don't know.
Yeah.
It might be fun. Get your heart going for a minute or two, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't seen the El Matadors where they're stabbing, where they're putting spears into the bull. I haven't seen that. I don't think I'd want to see that either. You know, and I haven't seen the one where they set where they put candles on the bull's horns. I've not seen that one either, and I don't think I want to.
Well, the ones at the bullfights, everybody thinks. What do you think happens with that bull after he's been dispatched? He was going to be dispatched anyways.
Mm.
The bullfights are just so they can have some fun. You think they don't eat that meat?
Yeah. Oh, I know they do. I know they do.
Yeah.
I've eaten some of that bull.
You know what I mean? That bull was becoming hamburger anyways. They're just having a little bit of fun with him before he becomes that steak that they like so much.
Yeah. 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 Now,
it's like some of these.
Go on.
Some of these people, you really want to ask them, where do you think your steak or hamburger actually came from?
I know, right? I know.
The grocery store is the final stop. Well, the grocery store you got it from is the next to last stop. Your grill or your pan is the last stop. But where do you think that actually came from? It's from people like me that used to work on ranches and raise them.
Yeah. Now, one thing I don't like, and I've witnessed it, is slaughterhouses, where the animals are queuing up in cages. You get me? Yeah, they're all caged up and they're queuing up.
The feed pen places, I don't like that either. We always on the ranch, just it happened. Everything happened right there on the ranch.
Yeah.
And we didn't walk them into no special room. You just lean over the back of the truck. You might have the one you picked for that year marked with some spray paint on it. You know, some of that water soluble paint on the side, but so you don't do the wrong one. But it happened right there.
Oh yeah. Now I've been in the field with herds of cows, and they're not very nice to me. Do you get me? Yeah. So being in the situation where you know, like man showing the bulls the same fucking treatment. You get me? You know, it's like, yeah, we outnumber you this time.
Hey, I've been chased by I've been chased by the dairy cow, the Jersey bull, and he was an asshole. And I'm glad he ran his ass into the electric fence, because what he was getting ready to do to me, I seen what he did to that board I had to replace that actual true cut 2x10 board on the side of the bed. He broke it.
13 years of age. I was about 13 years of age, yeah, and my father was renting this house off of an Irish cow farmer, but that was for meats. And we were doing testing, blood testing or injections, like, yeah, all that fucking annual stuff, right? And this fucking mad cow, she bolted out of the creche, yeah, the creche, like the yeah, the gates and all that one. Bolted out of there and fucking ripped this gate off of the side, and yeah, that landed on top of me. Then the cow come trampling out and trampled all over me. Do you get me? Like, they're ruthless fucking animals. They're strong and fucking ruthless. And
yeah,
they bullied me times.
Oh yeah, don't turn your back on the cow when you're out in the field weed eating the fence line. That cow will take that opportunity to act like a goat and toss your ass over the fence.
Yeah. So I've experienced both sides of like, yeah, cows outnumbering and bullying me to like being in a situation where, hang on, yeah, there's people outnumbering you cows now. I'm quite happy with myself.
Oh, I guess another tourist got it at Yellowstone. My buddy who's trying to help keep count this year. I guess another tourist got the airborne flight again. Buffalo are not normal cows. They're not milk cows. Buffalo will let you walk up on them and then turn around and flip you 20 feet in the air just to see how many times you flip around.
Yeah. That's how they deal with the. That's how they deal with the wolf, the predators.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're no different. We're no different.
I don't know what the count is this year. I've been too busy with the family stuff and watching all these fires just upriver from me. They're on the other side, but they're at the headwaters up there by Crater Lake. And but I hear this might be a record year for tourist hosting in Yellowstone by buffalo.
Weird thing is, well, yeah, bro. I was there in the house, and I'd used to the TV, and one of the things I'd watch was the bull running. And I remember taking a photo or downloading and sharing one of one of these bull runs or something to do with bull running. And I said quite clearly, one day I hope to go and see, parcel of this bull run. And then, like, less than a week later, there I was, Chigemis, yeah? And it was like, whoa, man, Chigemis, like, complete accident and with a good prediction. Good premonition.
Where's the big bull run, the big famous bull run where it's a big week-long thing? Where's that at? I know it's somewhere in Spain.
Yeah, that happens in most towns, yeah. Like the one that I walked into, I can't remember the name of the town, but that went on from Friday until Tuesday, yeah. And so that happens in most places, yeah. It is not just a one-day event, yeah. It goes on for a week,
Yeah.
Well,
they got that big famous one. Where is it? Is that in Barcelona?
Well, Valencia, Barcelona, I think, from my opinion, I think they're the more we're celebrated and encouraged.
More publicized.
Publicized as well, yeah. Wow. Uh, on the behavior. Mm. I remember falling out with a load of Facebook groups because you know, expats and them arguing about Spanish cultures. You know, like yeah, from the bull runs to the wild boar hunting, and it's like you know, like who the fuck are we to interrupt and argue with the Spanish ways? You get me? It's just because we brought into the place and we live here. You know, like surely we adapt to the ways of the lands that we live in rather than take over and you know eradicate their culture. So yeah, I don't understand the mentality of people that came here
I
that want to change.
we over here in Oregon we call that the California attitude. I'm going to move from a place because I didn't like it, and the first thing I'm going to try to do is change it to the place I didn't like.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
It's like, excuse me, what?
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. Question the fuckers. That's what I says. You know, like yeah, where's your heads at? Yeah.
Oh, the famous
No,
one is in Pamplona, the running of the bulls from the 7th to the 14th. So there,
okay.
you're gonna. I just looked it up.
Okay. I've never heard of Pamplona.
It's
Yeah,
up
where is
there.
that?
It's west of Barcelona.
Okay, okay. Inland.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's more. It's over by the Bay of Biscayne, closer to the Bay of
Oh, yeah.
Biscayne, where that little where that little area is. That little
Okay.
isthmus or whatever you call that.
Okay. Okay. Mm,
Oh yeah, it's the Atlantic side.
okay.
But up there, but we're closer to France. It looks like
Right.
Barcelona is the other side of that area, which is the Med. Oh,
Yeah.
so you're up in that area. You're up in that area where they have all of it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just coming out of that area now. Yeah. 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 I'm in between Calpe, which is CALP, and Denia, which is DENIA. Yeah. I'm between there. Yeah. I'm about 30 miles away from Benidorm, I think. I think. Yeah. Or maybe about 40 miles away from Denia. 40 miles away from Benidorm.
Yeah, you're not that far. Altea
Uh,
and then Benedorm. Well, there's a couple little towns, two different highways. Yeah, you're not that far.
mm. Man, is a few hundred kilometers to get me. Yeah, it's like yeah, too far to walk in a week. Yeah, myself and Grizzlies in these heats, you know, like we're lucky to get 25 kilometers a day, 25 miles a day. You know, like yeah,
Hey, but
do about
Steve,
kilometers in the morning, 10 kilometers at night. Well,
If we were hiking the Pacific Crest Trail, that's a good day. 25
right.
miles is a good day. For a human, 25 miles is an excellent day. You're not a
Okay.
marathon runner, you know?
Yeah. And you see the shoes I'm wearing, you know, like these are not walking shoes. You get me, yeah? These are not
Yeah.
walking shoes. So, yeah. I do know I'm making progress, positive progress, and that's the main thing, you know. There's no rush, there's no panic, there's no deadlines. You know, we're just doing our thing and enjoying. Uh,
Yeah. No reason to
mm,
rush.
mm.
It'll still be there in a couple days, right?
Hey, Gigamis. Yeah, yeah, that's the way. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's right. I
So,
gotta check this stupid email.
will you have any summer vacations this year?
Me? No. I mean, I'm going up in the mountains doing my thing still, but not really. I'll be going north up to Portland, but you already know why I'm going to be doing that.
Oh yeah. Well,
That won't be a vacation either. I mean, I'll be out of here. I can go visit a couple of the other YouTubers I know. I got one good friend that lives up in that area, but no, I'm not planning any big thing. Just, maybe try to get up the mountain more.
hello, Sarah Colton. Thanks for correcting me on my spelling mistakes. Yeah, yeah. And where am I heading back to? Well, I'm heading for Benidorm for fish and chips. Yeah, I remember when I was there like 9, 10 years ago. I had really good fish and chips, and yeah, I fancied fish and chips. So I'm going to Benidorm. Yeah, and I'm going to see if Grizzles recognizes that I've already been. You know, like, yeah, where my smelling Scooby smell is still there. That's yeah. I'm going to show him my territories where I've walked to before. I'm going to show him Alicante and San Gabriel, a beach that I occupied with Scooby. He was a can corso, dog that I brought back to life in Murcia. Wow, thank you very much, Sarah Colton. Do you know what? I was in a town yesterday. Yeah, I've forgotten the name of it. Javis. Yeah, I was there yesterday, and a beautiful Liverpoolian family invited me in and loaded me up. You know, like wow, beautiful, beautiful. And, yeah, invited me to stick around. You know, like you don't need to go anywhere. You don't need to go anywhere. You're more than welcome to stay and chillax here, Steve. And I just look, yeah, I'm a wanderer. I've got itchy feet, and you know, like yeah, I'm not in the mood for settling. I've tried a couple of times over the last fucking 10 years, you know, and it's like yeah, well, 11 years I've tried settling. It don't suit me. Yes, Purple Aki's in the house. Michele, very lovely. Nice to
Hi,
see you.
Kelly.
Uh, heads up, peoples, with your channels and communications. I'm not. I'm not been charging my phone too often. Yeah, so I'm wandering most of the time without a charged phone for why I don't interact, for why I don't go live too often. Today I've been blessed by the local judges in that building, solicitors and judges. They've said that I can use their electricity point that's just there. The local police in the Guardia have said, yeah, there's free electricity there. You know, like, yeah, you know, you're safe here. You know, like your dog's cool, happy days. You know, it's yeah, rest for the couple of days that you need to rest. So, resting. Uh, today, left with cloud cover and a bit of rain. Happy. Well, Sarah Colton, the last place I was working, I walked away from like 2 weeks ago now. Yeah, 2 weeks ago, and he was just using and abusing. He was even begging off me. You know. So yeah, he wasn't sticking to his the verbal contract that we had. You know. Hey, Kelly, hello, me
Hi,
darling.
Hey,
good. How are
Kelly.
you? Hi, Broke. It's been a minute since I've seen you. How have you been?
A lot of family stuff going down. So I've been concentrating on that.
Yeah. Well, I thought I'd come up. Well, I'll keep my camera on. I'm about to do dishes. I'll mute myself, but I'll be listening.
Dishes.
Happy washing. Get them. Oh, look at that. That's a sink full of dishes.
Well, at least she
Jesus.
lets the sink get full before she does them.
Yeah. I couldn't live like that, man. Yeah, I gotta wash up as I'm cooking, you know, like yeah, clean up. You
Well,
know,
this is my sister's house, and she has 3 little ones, and she is pregnant with baby number 4. So I'm gonna help out where I can, when I can, kind of deal. And here we go.
Hey, and the one place in the house that nobody will bug you is when you're in the kitchen washing dishes.
Not true. Not true. Not
Oh,
true.
in my family, if they seen us washing dishes, they
Yeah.
snuck out of the kitchen.
Yeah.
mhm. Tears getting involved, being dragged to get involved. If
Uh-huh.
they're, yeah, slave labor, work, you know, like yeah. In comparison to the free life that I'm used to, you know, and being responsible and you know, I went without, I survived. I went without a lot, and so yeah, that was definitely used and abused. Uh,
Yeah,
healthier to get away from.
that sucks. He couldn't keep his end up or didn't want to keep his property up.
And Broke, I don't know if you were listening earlier when I said, yeah, his Dutch internet friend that came to meet him, yeah. He said, you know, this fella's advertised on Facebook. He's got a Facebook group and he's advertised for people to come and volunteer helping him. So, you know, like, yeah, I'm just, yeah. I wasn't, those things weren't explained. If those things were explained, I would have told my mate to jog on. You get me, you know? Yeah. I'm not going to put myself weaker and without for people, you know, with big ideas but can't fucking cater for the people they're helping. You know, like I'm a bit too wise in the old tooth for doing that. Um, Uh, exactly how the rich stay rich. You know, taking advantage of us richer folk. Yeah. I'm definitely richer than him. Definitely, yeah. He gets pocket money. You know, like he gets 50 euros a week off his mum to survive on. Yeah. For me, I'm richer than him. Simple as I make my own dollar, I make my own way. You know? Even if it is, you know, sitting at a cafe and you know people saying, "Oh, look, you know, like yeah, he's a wanderer, and look at how beautiful his dog is, and you know, like look at his beautiful life. He's got no work, he's got no bank. Like look at him. Yeah, he needs a new pair of shoes, he needs clean clothes, he needs a place to go and shower. You know, look at his bag, it's falling to bits. You know, uh, it's a shame. Being keeps me proud. You get me? Yeah, like yeah, I make my day. If I didn't walk to that cafe, if I didn't order a cup of coffee, you know, yeah, it's about the interactions, you know, and keeping it honest, keeping it straight. Yeah,
I told
there's
you
no abuse.
it wouldn't take too long. You say hi, Abby? Yeah? And he's going to do dishes, okay? I love you.
And you know what, Sarah? Yeah, this fella, he's got an internet bride. Yeah, he met a woman through social medias, and yeah, in the time that I was there, it was the first time they met. You know, and she's moving in. They're getting married, but yet, the first day that she arrived, she wasn't happy the fact that we were weed smokers, and she don't want to be around anything illegal. And then all of a sudden, she's a few weeks later, she's confessed, "Oh yeah, I've tried weed with a matey boy, and I don't like it. It makes me all sleepy." And then next thing you know, matey boy's suicidal. She's leaving him. Yeah. So he's rushed off to hospital in a overdose situation, and is all due to emotional blackmail. You know, so yeah. for me, then there's arguments. You know, he had somebody a couple of years ago taking his guns, and he wants his guns back. And there was a big argument about that, and it was like, what the fuck, you know? I don't live around people that need guns, you know, and I certainly don't have anything to do with people that are arguing about guns. And so it was just one thing after another. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So, yeah, and coincidentally, it was his birthday, and then the next day, yeah, it was Captain Jack's birthday. So yeah, coming on this wander is more of like, you know, like connecting with Captain Jack, and yeah, what makes a dog happy, living a dog's life, and I'm happier living a dog's life. Woof woof. Smell that bum. What have you had for dinner?
There's nothing wrong with wandering. If I didn't have the kid, I would probably be a wandering soul right now.
Yeah, I relate to a lot of people, you know, and they are actually, you know, wandering minds, which, you know, like, you know, like physically they'd be wandering if they didn't have commitments.
Yeah, I grew up as a military brat. We moved every 2 to 3 years. There was no roots.
Yeah. Well, my mother kept moving away from her different romances. Every time she fell out of romance with somebody, we moved around. And then she introduced me to my father, and he moved us around from England over to Ireland. You know, I've never been a settled person. Yeah, I grew up, you know, without friends, you know, as such. You know,
Yeah.
lifelong friends.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
I do have some friends from the place I grew up the longest. We're still friends to this day, but I get antsy. I gotta go. And plus
Yeah.
plus being a wildland firefighter and moving every 2 weeks around the western United States, that doesn't help.
Don't get me wrong, yeah, I'm in communications with friends that I've had 30, 35 years. In actual fact, I've got friends there. You know, like I met them when I was about 7 or 8. We went to primary school together, and then when I moved in with my dad, we lost communications. About 5, 6 Facebook. Some of these friends, old school friends, got back in contact with me. You know, like found me on social medias. So you know, like I do have lifelong friends. You know, but we've not gone through the stages together. You get me, yeah? We've not gone through the stages. We've not had the experience of childhood, teenage, adulthood. You know, like manhood. We've not had these um, durations. So, yeah.
Sarah's got
Would
a question for you.
Why would not you move back to the UK? I love the life here in Spain. For real. It keeps me, you know, like life in England and Ireland. There's a lot of fake and artificialness. Yeah. Here in Spain, I am who I am. You get me? Yeah. And you know, that's accepted. You know, if it's not accepted, tough shit. You get me? Yeah. Yeah. On both parts. It means I don't stick around, or it means I don't integrate. You know, and I'm happy with that. Your previous question, how's my food? Well, last night I went to sleep on a full belly. I'd eaten bacon sandwich for breakfast. Then I've had sausage rolls, fruit buns. We had kebabs. Yeah, I bought 2 kebabs. You know, like yeah, shared them with Grizzles. Yeah, he likes kebabs. And today I've been munching chocolate croissant, chocolate Neapolitano. I've had plums, peach, bananas. Yeah. So yeah, I'm eating well. Yeah, I feel grounded and connected in Spain. Yeah, I feel accepted in Spain. You know, like people accept You know, I'm not part of a group. I'm not part of a family or a gang. I'm an individual. And the more places that I experience, the more I'm understanding the general Spanish culture. Anywhere where I sit around, you know, I take in the ambience, the general attitude. Some places are religious, other places are full of foreigners, other places are, you know, like happy-go-lucky. Some places are pirates, gamis, yeah. Some places are Spanish, other places are Moroccan. You know, like yeah, I'm really loving it in Spain. To work in a bar in Benidorm, I got no teeth. I'm grey. I don't see myself getting invited to work at any like hospitality jobs. You know, being homeless. You know, like yeah, I don't see many folk throwing offers for me to work in a hotel or you know cafes or bars. Mm, Towns and villages. I don't. Yeah, it's not. People aren't approaching for work. You know, like in the camp. If I was walking the wild roads, you know, and like yeah, a group of fellas are working, you know, like for sure, I'd be like, yo, can I get involved? Earn myself a bit of food, maybe a bit of fucking walking monies. You get me? Yeah. Mm, uh, but at the moment, I'm just, yeah, I don't know. I just want fish and chips. So I'm going Benny Norm. I'm in this part of the world. Do you get me? Yeah. And I'm calling out some liars. When I first came to YouTube, we had these people that are jumping up on panels saying, you're wanted by people in fucking Kenya and Calpe. Yeah. You conned and cheated these people years ago when you were up there with a bicycle. I never with a bicycle. I've never been in these parts ever in my life before. The furthest I came was Benidorm. Then I went into Elche. Then I went back to Alicante. You know, I've never been Denia, Calpe, and this coastline. So now I'm exploring those grounds. You know, like yeah, and I'm calling the liars out, and I'm calling out the hosts that allow these liars. Yeah, I'm calling them out. You know, you're a bunch of liars, shit talkers, and you've earned a lot of. You've created misery for a lot of people. You've created distrust, and you've done it with dishonesty. Yeah, I'll show you honesty. I'll show you my life. You get me, yeah. But like, we'll play on that. You know, we can have banter about my life, but about all the lies and bullshit. Fuck you, Arctic Nick Williams. Fuck you, Matty Cesspit. Fuck you, Ronan Holden. Fuck you, Andrew J. Fuck you, Sneaker Pimper. Fuck you, Michelle C. Fuck you, peoples. Fuck you, Tim Draycotts. Do you get me, yeah? Bunch of lying scumbag, no good for nothings. Yeah, I call them all out. Mm. But to keep it nice and peaceful and calm, yeah, I'll just walk, you know. And if they want to come and meet me in Benidorm when I'm getting me fish and chips, come. You want to meet me in Alicante, where it's closer to the airport? Come, yeah. Oh, that Alicante, jeepers, he's the knob rot eating. You remember the starseed broke fishing? The self-elected star.
Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah.
What's he doing now? Besides being a POS?
Well, it looks like he's terrorizing a woman and her daughter, which he's very good at doing. You know, like when I first tuned into Alicante, well, first time he ever spoke to me, he called me a liar. This was on Midnight Foot Soldiers channel. He called me a liar, called me loads of stuff, and there was nothing to do with me. It was somebody else on panel that was talking to him. And then I go over to his channel, and he's there bullying a 15-year-old boy, which turns out to be his nephew. And he lied about this for months. You know, like it was a 27-year-old, it was a fucking 45-year-old man. Then it was somebody trolling him, and then all of a sudden he came clean. And yeah, it was my nephew, but what's it got to do with you? I was having a private conversation with my nephew, but it's not private if it's public. You get me, yeah? And at the end of the day, your nephew reminded you your sister don't want you communicating with him. So what the fuck are you doing communicating with him on a public platform for the worldwide to tune into
He
voluntarily.
told you to do that, and he calls himself a starseed, bullying people, telling them to go in themselves and shit like that. And he tried to represent him. See,
Yeah, but that's all because we're thick as shit. You know, we're all thick as shit. We don't know what a starseed is. You know, like yeah, and we've only heard about starseed since he's mentioned that he's a starseed. I mean, like you know, like yeah. I mean, he's an
well,
honorable and cool fella.
everything in the study and what's written about star seeds, they're definitely not negative. True star seeds are not negative people, and they hate negative. And that's all he does is negative. So
Yeah,
he's an
I've seen him.
anti-star seed.
I've seen him turn on anybody that gave him benefit of the doubt. Yeah, when I outed him, and you know, yeah, a lot of people latched onto him because I outed him, and all those people, he's treated like shit. You know, he's walked all over them. Yeah, and it's you know, he does himself no favors. But people like that. Yeah, people like that drama that he creates, that diversity. They like it. They tune into it, and a lot of these folk with no content that can't speak for themselves, that need bullshit on their panels, they do it just for the views, because the views bring in the payments.
Yep.
You know, and that's
It's
why they do it.
People are into that negative shit, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah, they are. All that. And the trolls seem to pay the most. Do you get me? Yeah, if you've got a good team of trolls coming into your channel, guarantee you, yeah, those trolls are paying. You get me? Yeah. And he brings that crowd. So yeah, he gets his 5 minutes of fame, you know, and those people get the paychecks.
He does. He doesn't even. Is he still deleting every live he does?
Mate, to be honest with you, I've not tuned into him since I tuned away from him. And another thing, if I see him up on panels, I'll jump up on panels just to remind him, yeah, he's full of shit. His memory is fucked. He thinks that I've been talking to him for about 5 years on this platform. I've only been speaking to him when Midnight Foot Soldier went to jail. Yeah, just before Midnight Foot Soldier went to jail, we were introduced. You know, and that was what, a year and a half ago. You know,
yeah, something like that. It ain't been that long at all. I mean, he didn't like me because I called him on his bullshit.
They don't like it. They don't like it. But you know, that's the swings and roundabouts. That's the beauty of the spices that we will share. There's a lot of people. You know that Queen Messy. You know, like she didn't like being. You know, she's another one. You know, like drunk and abusing and don't have a fucking clue. Do you get me, yeah?
Oh yeah.
I put them two in the same category, and those two make a good couple.
That they would. I walked away from over. I walked away from over there.
Yeah, I did. I did. We put her straight, and she was in denial. And so fuck her. You know, like anybody in that much of a inebriated state that haven't got any bit of fucking memory of their own doings. You know, I'm gonna lie and twist for you know. Nah, fuck them. I ain't got no time of day for them peoples.
Me either. Me either.
You know, when we were replaying her own doings, and she was like shouting all the odds and not paying attention to what we were showing her, and then she was in complete denial. That you know, like although that was her voice, you know, it's like nah, woman, you know, like yeah.
Oh,
Nah.
I ain't gonna strike you. If you play any more of my video, I'm gonna strike you. Wait a minute, you just told me I could re-show your video. In the same live we're in. What are you doing? And I played
Yep.
the section where she said, "Oh, you guys can play it. I won't strike you." So any strike she tried to do to you that day wouldn't work because I showed her giving you permission.
Yeah. But then we're bullying a woman. Do you get me? Yeah, no, that's how people reacted to that. But hang on a minute, male, female. We're in 2025. There's such thing as equality, not sexism. Yeah, and to single somebody off because they're female, that's against 2025 regime.
Yep.
There ain't no male and female.
Yep. We're not supposed to look at it that way.
Gammas. So I call them out. All these old farts that want to use the modern ways to suit them, you know, and the old ways to suit them. No, you have it all or nothing. You know, you can't have one and then the other. Can't chop and eat. Just because you're inebriated, you ain't got control. No.
I did say I did say something over there that was like, okay, maybe I shouldn't have said that, but I was tired of that Belfast wannabe.
Man, listen, yeah, they set him up for years, yeah. They've been using and abusing him for years, yeah. All he did was come back on those peoples. For us people, for yourself especially, not knowing the history and the background of what he's doing on YouTube and who's he's mixed and mingled with, it's not your argument. Yeah, it's not your position to be falling out with him because how he was doing her or he's doing those peoples.
Well,
You know, and
he shouldn't have been going off on me because I'm an American.
and that's his thing. You get me? You know, like yeah, that's the other thing that I was going to go on. Yeah, like the way that he's taken out on you. You know, you're newly acquainted. You know, like yeah, there's no reason why you should be or you should be victim of his tongue when his anger's towards all those other people. You know, and you're somebody new, somebody biased, somebody not involved. You know, like he shouldn't have been taken out on you.
I know. I
called her out first time she ever introduced herself to me. Yeah, she came onto me panel and she said who her ex was, and straight away, yeah, I thought she was coming in representing him, and it turns out she did come in to represent him. You know, and it was all to build her channel up. So happy days, yeah. You know, I called her out from day one, and I said to her, "How many pills you have? Show me your prescription list." You know, you're a chemical junkie. Not only you're a chemical junkie, but you're fucking wasting taxpayers' money. You're drinking it all the way, yeah, which you're counteracting the effects of the medication that you're prescribed. You get me, yeah? I called her out from day one.
Wow, we got that Prime Day thing. Now we have all these other companies, corporations out there trying to jump on the Prime membership deal days. Now we got all these other companies trying to jump on the same boat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm laughing. Oh, you see it works, and now you want to do it.
Don't know what that is. Was that like Prime Amazon or something? Is it?
Yeah,
Amazon
Prime. Where Amazon Prime, they have for the people who are members, they have heavily discounted sale days. And it's every year, and they've expanded it from a 1 day to now it's a 2 day to 2 days. Now it's a 4 day event every year around in July. And now we have all these other companies like Home Depot's, Lowe's. We just have all these other companies that sell online. Walmart, they're all jumping on doing the same thing. Like I just got a thing from Lowe's. We're having Lowe's Members Days. Yeah, you're copying.
Here, yesterday, in this rucksack, right? I got given a brand new pair of boxer shorts, right? And it reminded me of the last pair of boxer shorts I had. I gave them to that shitty wet wipes. You know, he came to me, boss, and he said, "I've got no boxer shorts." And I said, "Well, there's these ones. I don't use them." You know, I forgot to tell him that I had worn them. and these pair of boxer shorts, yeah, they're a brand called Tim.
I don't know that brand, but hey, boxer shorts, boxer shorts.
I'm going to see if I can get it up as an avatar. That would be funny. Yeah, no, I took the picture in the dark. Let's see. Yeah, that will work. Oh, buggering up. I shrank it now. Yeah. Yeah. Turn my camera off a minute. Can just about make out that if you've got a big TV. If I reach into me bag now, I'll show you. Yeah. I thought it was really funny. But then that's my humor. That's my sense of humor.
Okay, I see it.
Yeah. No, that's the towel. I'm doing this by feel. Okay, that's the other shirt. No bugger now. Where is it? Where's me boxer shorts? I told the fella I don't wear boxer shorts. I go camo. Yeah. Bare butt. But yeah, he's somehow snuck them into the bag. All right, there they are. There's the hat. Oh, bugger now. Where's the sticker? I pulled the label off last night. Stupid move. Because now I don't know where the label is. But yeah, it's of a brand Tim, which I thought was very funny. Especially like they're a pair of musical. Yeah, they got music symbols and people blowing saxophones and man dancing with a woman and a violin. Where is it? I keep searching. Ah yes, yes. Right, I'm gonna have to turn that off. 130 emails. Lost, yeah. Wow. Right. Tim underwear. You see that? That's funny, isn't it?
I don't think I want his underwear.
I thought that was funny as fuck when I pulled them out of the bag. Yeah.
130 emails asking for your number.
Wow, hysterical. I don't know what to say. You know, apart from you know, what's the relation? Have you just met him on YouTube? Like, what's the connection? Why is he sending you 130 emails?
He's bullying her. He's told her to go herself.
Yeah.
But yet he wants her phone number. Does he think women like abusers? Because they don't.
Well, I grew up with that expression: treat them mean, keep them mean. And so you know, yeah, maybe you got the same education. Yeah. One thing I noticed is he's not from England. Yeah, his blood isn't English blood. You know, it's a lot of those cultures, Jigamas, you know, are a bit barbaric when it comes to male female.
The whacking her over the head with the stick and dragging her off doesn't work.
Yeah, no, that's illegal these days. Yeah. Yeah. And it's immoral. It's raining again.
Oh,
Grizz.
Hey, Grizz. Like it's raining, Dad. Oh, the humidity's up.
He looks happy. He wants a foot massage. Oh, he likes his belly rubs. Oh, yeah, that's nice. Oh, yeah. More. I want more. Give me more loving. Why?
Well, the rain probably ain't gonna last that long, is it?
No, it's only a light drizzle. But it's the light drizzle that gets everything wet. And this time of day, it don't take long to dry. Everything's warm, but still don't want to get things wet. No. I think I need a pee. I jogged the street drinker. I jogged him on. He keeps pissing in the trees over there. I've been pissing in the bottles of Coca-Cola tin. He keeps pissing over in the trees. I don't like people like that. I learned this tactic years and years ago from ex-military fella. And he's like, yeah, we're living on the streets in Bristol. And he showed me shit in a plastic bag, piss in a plastic bottle, and happy days. Yeah. So that's what I gotta do. I just took my trouser leg. What?
Hey, Sarah, he is in the UK, and that is against those new laws, what he's doing about the AK thing, if you think about it and look into it. Why did you check? Oh, I hate this sometimes.
Well, he's actually in Scotland. I don't know if the laws are the same in Scotland, but yeah.
It's a UK territory, isn't it?
Yeah, with some laws. Yeah, but the laws do vary. There's some things they can do in Scotland that they can't do in England. There's things that they can do in England that they can't do in Scotland. But generally, equal laws.
My understanding, it's the land law of the land, right? I just got a thing the other day about, hey, Our new laws actually reach further than you think. Don't forget that.
Oh, yeah, Sarah. Scared for your family. Mm.
Okay. Well, all the morning updates are coming out now on these fires over here we have in the Pacific Northwest.
He is a very dangerous individual. He's unstable. He's mentally unstable. He's proven that. You know, and yeah, you know, even his nephew. Some of the things that his nephew was saying, you know, like yeah, the sister of AK don't want him having anything to do with the family, all this sort of stuff. You know.
Well, wasn't he on a house arrest? What we would call house arrest for a while? Didn't he say that once?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I kind of
I
pay.
swear I heard that he can't leave his place without like notifying he's going somewhere. Or maybe I misheard, but I swear that's what I heard.
I know that he's had. I know that he's in fear in his local neighborhood. You know, like one of the first things that he was showing us was his neighbors, and he was pointing out the fact that his neighbors are throwing each other out the windows. You know, like yeah, he's in fear in his local neighborhood. You know, so yeah, I don't know, house arrest. I don't know.
Maybe
I
it's
don't
a
know.
self house arrest.
Mhm. Mhm.
Maybe he's pissed off one of the locals over there so bad that it's not safe for him to leave his house.
He can't be that dangerous a person, really. Like, yeah, he's from he's grown up in London with rich Arabic family, Turkish family, whatever. Like, big restaurant business in Canada, but he's living in Scotland. Yeah, you know, you know, I mean, he's a fantasist. You know, you know, he's living in the world of the movies and video games. And so on those grounds, you know, like, yeah, he's dangerous because he wants to reenact what's going on in video games and the movies that he's seen. And so therefore, you know, like that is a dangerous individual, you know, but to be honest with you, with his head stuck in the movies and video games. So that's you know, virtual danger. Uh, the less he knows about you, the better. You know, the safer. I if, he, if he's doing those stalking things, you know, to women and children, but then you know, like yeah, his karma will catch up with him.
Even online stalking is not good.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And that's what I said about trolling. You know, like all that trolling. That's actually criminal. You get me? Yeah? It's online terrorist gangs. Yeah. And that's what I said, and put a lot of people in their place because they're not really fully aware of the consequences of what them being doing. You know, and yeah, terrorism is terrorism, and what they do, it falls into the terrorism when they're a gang. You know, they're a gang, a terrorist gang. They go around terrorizing individuals, lying and bullying, jeopardizing other people's sanities and freedom. These are these are terrorists. They need to be treated like it, you know. Hmm? I said it to the first host that was promoting lies about me, yeah, and the word from a known liar. You know, like if the host had done some research and communicated with me in the beginning before broadcasting the lies, that person, I wouldn't have to mention him. Do you get me, yeah? But the fact that that person broadcasted lies and encouraged the lies, yeah, that put my life in danger. I mean, that person's just as responsible as the person that was lying. That person's not anymore, but he's trying to work through shit channels, yeah, through shit talkers. I said, yeah, Ronan Holdings official. One day you'll get your karma. Like I said, you know, he's already living with his karma, and he blames people for the karma that he lives with. You know, he wakes up in the morning, he has to tend to the karma. You know, he don't live a normal life in comparison to most people's because of the karma that, you know, like should have prevented him. Yeah, he should have woke up and realized, yeah, I'm carrying my karma. You know, but these people are, yeah, too fucked up.
Oh shit, I froze.
In the summer, how can you be freezing?
The computer froze. It's like screen's locked up. It won't let me do anything. I bet you
Oh
there's
dear.
some. I bet you there's some update it wants.
Mm-mm. Oh yeah, now he's going through the update process. It's voice activated.
Security and community. Yep, that's what it's doing. When it allowed me to check, it's doing its. It was already doing it. I went over there and it was in the middle of installing them. Fucking POS.
But I've got 12% battery left, so I'm gonna have to turn my camera off and then yeah, start thinking about closing up. So yeah, and then charge my battery again, charge my phone up.
Well, good to see you, Steve. And cool that you're not being over there used and you're in a different area. Changes in latitude, changes in latitude are good things.
Yeah. Sarah, people are not scared of AK. They're excited about the drama that he brings to their channel. Now, find Chubby as one of those sickos. They're just doing it for he's lonely, he's desperate, and he's lost his humor, he's lost his entertainment skills, and so he's bouncing off of everybody else. You know, to
Yeah, I'm glad I don't know that channel. I don't need to go see AK.
uh, same as if I see AK in the channels, you know, like I'd try and jump up on panel just because I know that he'll run away from me when I comes up on panel. You know. Hello, Alvar.
All right, Steve, I'm going to go ahead and jump down off here because my system's like messing with me. And I haven't done a restart to my computer in like 2 days, which isn't normal. I've probably got a bunch of temporary memory sitting here, so it's messing with me. Thanks for having me up. Good to talk to you, bro. And I'll check in with you when I see you live again.
Nice one, nice one. Yeah, yeah. Maybe I'll go live again tonight. You know, like I don't know, but yeah, I'll definitely be going up.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining me.
All right.
Yeah.
See you later. Bye, everybody. Have a good day.
Good luck, bro, Christian. Yes, Purple Aki, welcome back, sir. You saw my video of the gas station out there. Yep. Happy days. Over. Yeah, down at my camp in Orgiva, I've got a fold out solar panel. Gemins, yeah. But I never expected to be up here. You know. It was a spur of the moment thing, if you remember correctly. He gave me a chocolate croissant, chocolate Napolitano, and a bottle of water. Yeah, and that water tasted like it was fucking infected with diesel. Yeah, so that mark of water I'd not be going for again. And also that water was like €3.5, bro. Yeah, €4 or something stupid like that. Double the price of any normal water. And you know what? I went into a shop a few days ago. This is in Oliva. I think it was Oliva. Yeah. And that place they had cold water, liter and a half. Yeah, last run for 57 cents. That was the price of it in the morning. In the evening, I went in there and I said, went up to pay, and he wanted 67 cents. And I said, why is it half price? Yeah, and he said, because it's a local shop. So some of them shops, you shop around and you can still get that cold water for, normal water prices. Yeah. Other places they'll put that 10p on. Other people's putting triple the price. Yeah. But this petrol station, it was like double the price of anything I've seen before. Absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, absolute ridiculous. €5 for a milkshake. €5 for one of those yogurt drinks. And that's what I went in for. Yogurt drink and water. You know. Mm. Uh, Oh, I'm gone from there, bro. I'm gone from there. I've kept moving. Night times we take a walk. Have a travel around, walk around. Mornings we rest then when it gets a bit late, and when the moon goes down, it disappears, and then we're up then before sunrise. And we're marching then until like 10 o'clock in the morning. 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, and then we stop again, so long as there's fresh air, fresh water available. Yesterday we had a great touch, sat at a cafe, yeah, and they wouldn't let me buy my coffee. They loaded me up with food, new rucksack, new clothes, pocket full of monies, and happy days. Invitations to stick around, but I don't like to be dependent. I don't like to be dependent on others. Yeah, I'm happy to just keep walking, walk these blisters into bigger blisters, popping blisters every day. Oh dear. The worst now is the heels. My heels. Yeah, they're not blisters; they're just sore as fuck. Yeah. And no matter how much I exfoliate, scraping and cutting the dead skin off, that pain is just not going away. But I know what it is, yeah. It's these shoes and it's the terrain. These aren't made for, long hikes. They're designed for working in the orchard, as you know. 10% battery. So keep going until it's like 3%, and then I'll switch off. We got rain today, a little drizzle rain. Yep. We're about 30, 40 miles away from Benedorm, and I'm going there for fish and chips. Yeah. Yeah. And maybe if I arrive there on a Saturday or a Sunday, be there for a Sunday, and I get a roast dinner directly opposite the fish and chip shop. Yep. So if you know benedorm, you'll know where to find me when I get there. Uh, I'll be going into the bars where I was, what, 9, 10 years ago. I walk in there with Scooby. Oh yeah, no, my blisters won't get infected. I pop them, and then like 2 days later, when you know, like skin's formed underneath, then I'll cut around. I'm taking my time mostly, you know, like for grizzles, you know, like I see him overheating, you know, we need to stop. I see him getting tired, you know, we need to stop. And so I'm taking my time, you know, just taking my dog for a walk. Well, out of our process tech, if you're coming up to Benidorm, let me try and remember where my solar panel is. I think it's under my mattress. What else do I want from there? Nothing, you know. Can't think of anything. Mm. Our first day, I think, took a lot of. I think I done about 20 miles the first day. Yeah. Uh, uh, I've given Purple Aki and Bare Bones. No, not my big solar panel. My portable solar panel. I've got a portable solar panel. To be honest with you, I've not. Yes, Barefoot. I've not been in communications with anybody, you know, like, you know, apart from yourself. I asked you to go around and check up on it, check up on my camp, you know, like, I don't know if you've managed to do that yet. Yeah, I am bothered asking anybody else yet. Well, I'm too busy, you know, not giving a fuck. I'm too busy enjoying the life that I've got in front of me. Yep, I left it as you know how you visited the place. You know, it's exactly the same. Yeah, yeah, I left it exactly the same as it was when you visited. So I don't know. I don't know. Oh yeah, that German woman with the 5 dogs. Yeah, she's a beggar. You know, like she's a beggar. Yeah, she's a dumpster diver. You know, she's a proper dumpster diver beggar. Mm. She'll leave her dogs at home, half of her dogs at home. I'm surprised, you know, like, maybe she's got puppies, you know, like brothers and sisters, you know, like, growing up together. You know, she's not on it with the vets. So, unless she's been forced, unless the dog's been taken from her. I expect she'll have puppies in the next couple of weeks, within the next month or two. Mm. You know yourself, there's different classes of street peoples. Yeah, you're wise enough, you're traveled enough, and you're more than experienced with Orkiva. You've seen them all coming in, from the drinkers to the drug abusers. You know, like and everybody in between. You know, uh, personally, she, yeah, she 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 needs to sort herself out and get her kid back, but she do nothing to improve her situation. You know, so, I got no thoughts for the for that woman. I tried to help her, and she just used and abused. So there's no helping some folk. She accused that Spanish fellow of being abusive towards her, sexually and all that whatnot. And a couple of months later, She's in his yard, best of pals with him. Yes, I remember Gloria. Lovely lady. Lovely lady. You know why she left Beneficio? She got out. She got grassed up for building communal kitchens. Yeah. You know the White Witch, Umi, the French one. She pointed fingers directly at Gloria, which then put Gloria into the debt of about 80,000. And Gloria's not completely fucked. Gloria is brilliant. She's cool, and yeah, a beautiful pair of tits, and yeah, out flaunting them, you know. Uh, I thought she was Italian, but you say she's from Brazil. Fair enough. She was dating an Italian fella. Oh no, he was Spanish. Yeah, she was dating a Spanish fella. Mm. Uh, Now, who came to Orkiva about 2 months ago? Who? The German one? That German one? No, she was in Beneficio 4 or 5 months ago. She then out down at Almorion. Then she came up to MySpace, and then she went across the road from MySpace. Gloria. Oh, she's back in Orkiva. Oh, okay, okay. Bless her. Bless her. She had a good sound head when I met her. 8 years ago? She had a good sound head on her. Very busy, hard working. Eh? Gloria pissing on the floor in the supermarket? Nah. Nah. Nah, you must be on about a different one. There's a crazy Belgian one that was pissing on the fucking floors. Crazy Belgian one. Yeah, I can't see Gloria doing things like that no matter how. No, I couldn't even see her again head fucked, to be honest with you. But then, yeah, you got to see it to believe it. I mean, in all fairness, now you know that one down. Well, I don't know if you do remember that. Know that one down at the river. Barefoot knows about that one down the river. I mean, like she a proper head fuck. Yeah, and got all grizzles his things robbed from us. Poor Barefoot had to fucking witness that. Fucking hell. Half a dozen coppers, yeah, come and take things that he knows ain't fucking stolen. I know they ain't stolen. Fucking hell, everything that came over from the UK was all signed and fucking receipted. You know, you gotta fucking declare everything. Yeah. Yeah. Johnny Wong. Yeah, the Belgian one was, yeah, and she had loads of tattoos. Gloria, yeah, there was a crazy Belgian one hanging around just before I left. Yeah, and she'd only just arrived. But Gloria's been gone like 7, 8 years from that area. Mm. The one down the river, Italian. Yeah, related to the Italian family around there. Her mother is there. Her uncles, her aunties. Her dad died there. The grandmother was there. Uh, nice family. Mm. There you go. So you might have your women mixed up. You might have your women mixed up because what you're describing there sounds more like this Belgian one. Yeah. Johnny Wong, I've been smoking cigarettes. Yeah, this morning I brought 20 cigarettes because I've been a couple of days without tobacco. The day before I found 19 cigarettes and I smoked them one after the other. This 20 cigarettes, I gave more than half of them away to this street drunk. And then, yeah, when the tobacco shop opened, this morning I went down to the tobacco shop here and loaded myself up with tobacco. Mm. Yeah, Gloria was absolutely beautiful, beautiful soul, beautiful mind, and a beautiful pair of tits. Wow, mate. You know, when I was helping her with her house in the pink house and benefits, yeah, she always topless. You know, like yeah, she was a good cook. You know, like yeah, she was a good commodity to the community. But those freaking tips, those tits, absolutely, whoa, Gloria. Uh, Yeah, I think, in all fairness, I think Gloria too wise to go back to beneficial. You know the way they grassed her up. You know, it's like that French witch Uni and them peoples. You know, like yeah, what bastards? Scammers. You know, it was a communal kitchen down from Big Lodge. You know, directly opposite the healing field, what they call the healing field. But the healing field is where the newcomers come and set camp and then go out to do their annual bust and charge everybody for illegal camping. Uh, you've been gambling again, Johnny Wong. That's right, Albert. That's right. You knows your stuff. That Uni is Antonio's, mate. Yeah. Yeah. Habiba's mum. I don't know Habiba's. I don't know Habibus. All I know is that she's a fucking bitch of a woman. You know, not a very nice woman in my opinion. Yeah, very racist, very judgmental, very prejudiced, very sexist, very ageist, and a fucking darkness. You know, like with her flamboyancy around the place. Nah, nah. Yeah, I never liked her, and it was because Antonio was hanging around with her that you know, like, woo, Antonio, do you get me? You know, yeah, yeah. But now I've met Antonio in a different light, you know, yeah. Antonio's Antonio, you know, happy days. Oh wow, I didn't. Okay, I never went into that place. Yeah, I never went into that place. All the yuppie hippies, all the high class hippies, all the rich peoples go there. So for me, I'm you know, like yeah, living off grid. You know, rich kids. You know, like you know, university throwbacks. I don't mix and mingle well with them peoples. Uh, in general, especially when they're grouped together, you know, and I see them doing their cheating, scamming, and conning, you know, like, yeah, separating individuals, you know, frowning their nose, you know, like, yeah, frowning upon individuals that they know fuck all about. You know, it's, you've come to Beneficia. I was born in Beneficia. You know, it's like, yeah. And look at the state of what you fucking created, you bastards. You get me? Look at the state of the mentality of the way it's being publicized, and, you know, falseness that's attached to it. Yeah. Mm. So, yeah, happy days. I won't be promoting that place. Daniel Berry, nice to see you. Happy Tuesday to you, sir. Yeah. I'm glad it's raining today. It gives me and Grizzles opportunity to switch off and do nothing. Yeah. And yeah, as you can see, he's happy. He's not overheating. You know, like, yeah. So, yeah, he's having a day off. Yes, yes, Johnny Wong, get your muscles out for the purple aki. Purple, sorry, Alvar. I've sized up your place and what I can do with your place, and I can do nothing. You know, I can do nothing at your place. Sorry, dude. Yeah, you've not got the war that I desire for that personal comfort. You know, yeah, too isolated. You know, like, yeah, you got to be a rich man to live in an environment that you've chosen to live. I'll pass on that one. Uh, I can't. I couldn't afford to live on your mountain. You could have 10 of those tanks full, and that still wouldn't be enough water for my comforts. If you haven't got a river running through your land in Spain, if you know, you ain't got the acequias running through your land in Spain, you know, like, yeah, the rain isn't guaranteed. And so, you know, filling those tanks up, you know, is a potluck scenario. You know, happens maybe once or twice a year. Mm. All right, down to a low percent now. No, I didn't put the charger there, did I? I put it in here, or did I? I don't remember where I put the charger. I've got my power pack, yeah, but it doesn't seem to connect to the cables that I've got. I'm gonna try again, but I know that the phone is gonna, or the charger is gonna deny it. It might be the cable. Yeah, see, it's not connecting. So I'm down to 4% now. Probably the cable. Yeah. Or terminals. Maybe. Oh, flipping it. The cable keeps touching off the screen. I got 2 cables and neither of them seem to make that connection. You know, I'd try something else and take off the case, the rubber case. Maybe that makes a better connection. But again, nope. Disconnect, connect. Nope. I plugged into the mains earlier and it said it's fully charged. So it's not the power pack as such. But maybe it's the USB ports. You need to get a better needle and take that fluff out of the bottom of the socket. There ain't no fluff. There ain't no fluff. It's clean. And both of them are clean. All right, down to 4%. No, I plugged into the mains and it said it was full. Head of turtle, yo, yo, yo. Good day, sir. Unfortunately, I got to close because I'm down to 3%. Now I got to put my phone on charge. And, yep, happy days. I'll try and get back to you, you know, ASAP. You know, if not tonight, maybe tomorrow. Play your samples. Yes, Johnny Wong. We will play your music. I'll check out your channel. Yeah, when I got time. You know, when I got better electricity supply. I'll take care and be careful as well as you. Yeah, and yeah, don't forget if you're coming to benedorm. Yeah, maybe have a look under me under my mattress. If you're going into Orgiva, maybe just nip around and check up on me camp. You know, and yeah, I don't know what to suggest. I don't see myself in so much of a want to be back in Orgiva. You know, to be honest, good peoples like yourself. Yeah, but in general, I've been around that area for many years. I didn't want to be in Beneficia. I stayed there for 3 years, and you know, like look what I amounted to. You know, like plenty of adventures. But yeah, uh, there's a bigger adventure out here, wandering like I am. You take care, everyone, and I look forward to chatting with you soon. Yeah, and thanks for joining. Thanks for checking in. Thank you for your positivity. And yeah, don't forget, within the next few days, couple of weeks, yeah, I'll be in Benidorm, Alicante direction. Yeah. Much love. Ciao for now.